Well, hello all, I'm Andrew Catchpole, and thanks for tuning in for the big reveal of the top 10 from Harper's 50 Best Indies 2023. Thanks too to our expectant top 10 for joining us today. Hello all.
Morning.
Good morning. Morning.
Okay, our entire list of 50 is packed with fantastic businesses and people, but today we focused on those that our judges felt have gone the extra mile and thus deserve the highest recognition. This level of cracking wine and spirit offer has to be a given, whatever size and shape that may be. Layered on top of that, we've looked for innovation backed by enthusiasm, knowledge, and great communication, along with a host of other factors that have driven these businesses forward. Staff well-being and training, sustainability, and interaction with the community, including events and social media, have all helped inform our decisions. What makes the 50 Best Indies one of our favourite features of the year is the sheer vibrancy and diversity of the sector. And this is down as much to the people running and working in these ever-engaging businesses as to the amazing range of wines and spirits they sell. And just before we begin our countdown, we'll get there soon, I'd like to extend a big thanks to our judges who put in an inordinate amount of time and concentration into the judging, help us reach and order our 50 best. They are Nikki Forrest of Phipps, Patrick Mallinson of Walker and Woodhouse, Leon Pullin of Cambridge Gin, Michael Vachon of Maverick Drinks, Simon Woods, writer and educator at Manchester Wine School, plus Harper's publisher Lee Sharkey, my boss. They were a pleasure to chair. And a big thank you, of course, to our sponsors too, Walker and Woodhouse and Cambridge Gin, for their support in helping make 50 Best Indies 2023 happen. There are a couple of goodie bags on the way to you all too. Cambridge is sending the top 10 a bottle of their rather Moorish truffle gin. I can vouch for the Moorishness. While Walker and Woodhouse is forwarding all of the top 50 a selection of 4 wines, including a Paillard Premium Cuvée Non-Vintage, Journey's End V1 Chardonnay, Ultimate Provence Rosé, and a Navajas Gran Reserva. So do enjoy those. Right, those of you who can add up will have noticed that we've only run to 12th place in the last tranche we announced. And that's because we have a joint 10th position. Both of those businesses, our judges felt, were worthy of jumping the bar into the top 10. The other way of putting that is we couldn't quite decide, but it was hard fought. So our first up at 10th equal, we have the oldest wine and spirit merchant, which may have traded from its St. James premise since 1698. But its place high in our 50 best is predicated on its modern operation, which outshines and outperforms many a younger competitor. Its wonderful retail premises, including a labyrinth of cellars where tastings in its famous wine school take place, are complemented by further flung fine wine offices in Hong Kong, Japan, and Singapore. Cellar plans, wine investment services, warehousing, education, and cellaring are all part of the offer here, underpinned by a truly impressive portfolio. It is, of course, Berry Brothers and Rudd. And do we have Geordie? Well done, Berry BBR. Do we have Geordie Daniels Willis with us?
Yeah, hi there, Andrew. Hi there.
Hi there, sorry, I haven't got you all up on my screen. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you, very well.
Well done. And quick question for you, Geordie. I wanted to ask you, what does such an incredible legacy of tradition bring to the modern day business? Is that possible to encapsulate?
Very good question. I think that for us, the legacy is wonderful, but it's also so important for us to be looking forward. And I think it's fantastic to be surrounded by such an illustrious group of independents. But my grandfather used to always say that if you spend your time looking over your shoulder at the past, you tend to bump into the future. And I think in retail, that's particularly relevant. So legacy is great, but you've got to be looking at the future of retail rather than worrying too much about the past.
I think that's a fantastic way of putting it. I remember many years ago, Berry Brothers was ahead of the game with its, for example, I don't know, duty free in Heathrow and a website that at the time was absolutely fantastic. So not that it isn't now, but I mean, it was just really good to see you getting ahead on those sorts of things.
Yeah.
Okay. 10th equal, quite different business. Also excellent, we have our Scotland standout. Incredible knowledge, passion, and a wonderful wine and spirits list that runs to some 1,000 plus whiskies alone might be enough to secure a top 10 ranking here. There's a seemingly light-hearted, but actually rather serious ethos of education through inebriation, that's their own words, which translates as getting liquid on lips as frequently as possible. This business is all about enthusing staff and customers alike through a medley of engaging events, and this clearly pays off, with loyal punters from around the world returning again and again. It is, of course, Luvians, and we have Archie McDermott with us. Hi, Archie. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And I'd like to ask you, Archie, what's so essential about getting liquid on lips?
Well, as we've found this week, there are still people who believe that there is no difference between a bottle of Tesco value kind of whiskey and you kind of a 35-year-old kind of single malt, and it's all just marketing. I think putting liquid on lips is what disproves that ultimately. Kind of the best way I can tell customer stories, I can tell our staff stories about the incredible products that we're working with. But really, I think everyone has that kind of moment of true epiphany when they taste an extraordinary wine or whiskey or beer, and they just go, "Oh, this is it. Now I understand." And yeah, so kind of I can and indeed do talk endlessly about booze, but I'm never quite as pithy as just kind of handing someone a glass and letting the liquid do the talking for me.
Yeah, and I think that this for me is the key to independent merchants. I mean, even above and beyond sommeliers, in terms of that knowledge and passion that you can impart firsthand to people and take the time with them in store is just incredible, and helps so much with you know, wine and spirits knowledge in the country, which is fantastic. Great. Okay, well, on to our number 9, and this is our Midland standout. Always a high flyer, this indie has transcended its Midlands base to become one of the foremost UK indies, eschewing specialisation to simply list an amazing selection of great wines, in their words, without any limits. With an ethos of putting bricks and mortar retail at the heart of all it does, this merchant has nonetheless folded in hybrid elements, driving sales through its mix of 4 shops, in-store drinking, online, wholesale, with a massive calendar of events to back this up. Innovation is very much part of the mix here. And it is Loki Wines. Well done, Loki Wines, Birmingham's finest. And we have Phil Innes with us. Hi, Phil. I can't hear Phil. I just need to have we temporarily lost Phil?
Yeah, he was on.
He was on.
It appears that he's frozen, I'm afraid.
It appears that he's frozen. Okay.
I think I'm back. Sorry, my internet just dropped out. Is that all right?
Yeah, absolutely. Hear you loud and clear, Phil. It's great. Joys of technology. Fantastic when it works. So, quick question for you, Phil. Why is it important to never lose sight of the bricks and mortar at the heart of all you do? Why is that?
Well, I personally think that retail is the essential thing, and it's what sets us apart from online retail and other elements. You know, I really want a highly trained team where people can come in for personal recommendations. I don't want people just buying from the shelf. I want every single bottle to be hand sold, and that's what we do here. And it's one of the things that I really take a lot of pride on. And I think that's where the longevity in the industry is going to be, because you can always buy things for less price somewhere online, Amazon or whatever, but you can't get that personal recommendation, and you can't get the feel for the bottle. And I think that kind of that tangible aspect of looking at a bottle, getting a personal recommendation is something that's so special, and is what makes the drinks industry fantastic.
Fantastic. So, as with, I'm sure, literally everyone here and everyone listening in, we've had, great wine merchants from 1698 and before in this country, and let's hope I can't do my math, sort of 2398 and beyond. We'll I'm sure still have that literally in situ bricks and mortar kind of retail for something like wine and spirits. Excellent. Okay, so moving on to number 8. Anchored by its 8 shops in some of the smarter London villages, this stalwart continues to impress with its wholesale, retail and private client sales all in healthy growth. Staff are treated and trained well here, with investment in the business backing this, also evidenced in many smart features to be found. These range from the in-store digital screens featuring winemakers and their stories to QR codes being rolled out across the wines, plus the recent launch of its Bunch initiative, designed to reward customers and build a community of wine lovers. Add in a revamped website, plus wine discovery events and a wine school, and this is a fantastic all-rounder. It is London's Jeroboam's, and we have Matt Tipping with us. Hi, Matt. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Andrew.
It's great. Matt, what are the benefits of building a community around wine?
I think it's the only way to do it, really, isn't it? Being part of communities is what not only everybody sat here, but looking through the top 50, you know, everybody's part of that community. And if you've got a community of people that are interested in wine, really, the key thing to that is to act as a kind of a conduit to bring them together. You know, so events and tastings and all of those kind of things, and creating those. You know, we have people that, you know, met each other at our tastings and enjoy seeing each other again every month as they come in. And our teams really enjoy being part of that as well. You know, when they recognise customers, know their names, have a relationship with them, and have helped them not only buy wines for, you know, their everyday drinking, but also their collecting, and you know, helping them really create a cellar of wines as well. It's yeah, I mean, it's what we're all here for. Yeah, no, very, very much. It's isn't it the case that a decent independent merchant opens that local property prices might even rise, and along with sort of a pub and a church and a couple of other amenities like a bookstore, it's something that makes a neighborhood really, really desirable. So it's good stuff. Excellent. Okay, so number seven on our list as we climb up. Climbing an incredible 19 places this year, this merchant was singled out as a very well-run business, with its savvy owner praised for surrounding himself with a highly competent and an empowered team. The portfolio here is strong and ever-evolving, with a hybrid element helping to boost the clear ethos of strong customer and local community engagement, which has firmly embedded this business in the 4 West London neighbourhoods its shops serve. Promotions here are well executed too, with tastings frequently going to the unexplored corners of the world. And I'd like to hand over to Josh Butler of Walker & Woodhouse, one of our 50 best sponsors, to announce this excellent indie.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I'm delighted to announce the retailer at number 7 and the highest climber in the top 10 is the Good Wine Shop.
Very much.
Well done, the Good Wine Shop, and Mark Wrigglesworth and team. So Mark, no stranger to the list. As a merchant, I want to ask you, what's the appeal of an ever-evolving portfolio?
I think you've got to keep your customer interested and engaged at all times. You know, and as we will all know, everybody who's on today, you know, passionate wine customers constantly need feeding, and if you don't keep your range evolving and have plenty to offer them when they come through the doors, that's new, they will wander off elsewhere. And there are, as there are today, many other places to go and buy wine around us, and particularly in London. So yeah, keeping it fresh, vibrant, exciting, and unique, I think has been is a key part of what we try and do.
Yeah, it's the calling card of the indie, isn't it? To sort of keep staff engaged as well, staff and customers, so that you can sort of that enthusiasm sort of goes around in a virtuous kind of circle.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. Yeah, the staff are obviously a key part of that, and they have been fabulous in helping us continue to deliver that over the last year.
Yeah, fantastic, excellent. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Okay, well, moving on to number 6, sort of halfway through our top 10, I guess, was 6. With its former MD now back in a creative and development role, this exemplary wine bar cum retail space continues its healthy growth across the business. Despite the pandemic, turnover has risen, with ongoing investment in both business and its staff clearly paying off, now that the 11 shops in its urban winery at Battersea Power Station are at full tilt. Innovation continues, such as a sparkling wine tie-in with Artelium, an ongoing online sommelier subscription app, allowing customers to mini trial wines based on a preferences quiz, a Chinese geek tasting partnership, and much else besides. This is a dynamic business that never sits still, and it is Vagabond Wines. We've got Sophie. Hi, Sophie, and congratulations, Vagabond.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
So, wanted to fire off a question to you. How do you define Vagabond as a business? What's the DNA that holds all of the strands together? There are so many of them.
Yeah, I think at the heart of it, and it's been like this since day one of Vagabond. It's, you know, we're trying to deliver fun and new ways to discover new wines, and all of our experiences, whether it be in venue, marketing, and all the different areas, will always lead. The roads will always lead to that, to innovate and discover new wines.
Excellent, and yeah, well, keep continuing to do so.
Thank you.
It's all good, and a seminal model. Okay, at number 5, we have our East Anglia standout. A strong business model sits behind the success of this merchant, with a superb range of wines and spirits, including special strengths in Occitanie and Italy, helping drive ongoing growth across both retail and wholesale arms. This business long ago dipped into the hybrid model, with innovation and energy still to the fore, whether that be exploring alternative formats, the rollout of numerous events and tastings, excellent staff training, or its notable lobbying on behalf of the interests of the entire independent sector. This is Cambridge Wine Merchants and Hal Wilson and his team. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Just amazing to be with this wonderful group of merchants, and thank you so much.
Oh, pleasure to have you in the top 10 again. Hal, why should Indies pull together?
I've always had this strong feeling. You know, 30 years ago we started our business, and I found it was quite a lonely place. There wasn't a lot of opportunity to meet and talk, and quite a few of the top 10 here, we've sort of found the same thing, and just, you know, made opportunities for us to get together socially, sometimes a bit more than that, just to talk about the issues that we're all facing, help us look forward with a bit more, you know, sort of courage or know-how, learn from each other, and meet the future together.
Sort of united we stand despite your independence. Yeah, to actually, I suppose, to protect that independence through yeah, collaboration, which is great. Well, thank you very much. Excellent. So we now have, there isn't a 4th place. We actually have a joint 3, because again, the judges had quite a task trying to sort out the minutiae of placements at this stage. But I think these next 2 show something about, I hope, the 50 best list, that is size, whether you're large or small, the style of your operation, whether you're on the wilder shores of natural wines or a very traditional list. These things don't in themselves secure a place. It's a mix of all the facets of the business. So we get cheek by jowl, very, very different operators and operations. Let's see if it holds true then for these next 2, having said it. So at 3rd equal, we have our Southwest standout. This indie continues to capture the attention of our judges for its dynamic mix of community-rooted but ever outward-looking innovation and passion, showing that small can be beautiful. The range rarely ticks boxes, happily embracing the quirky and sustainable too, organized by style, while using a hybrid setup to champion all manner of goodies by putting glasses in the hands of its Padstow customers. It's all about stories and social sharing here, with a growing wine and spirit arm, Howl and Grappa, plus its own micro vineyard, adding to the vibrant sense of fun. New schemes and projects keep coming too, keeping the buzz alive. It is bin 2. And Mike Boyne, thank you for joining us. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Astonished to be here at all, and truly astonished to be in a third equal. Thank you. And when I hear all the CVs from everyone else here and all the others that have been read out for the week, my personal imposter syndrome is just firing in overdrive. But thank you.
No worries. So on that note, Mike, how can small be beautiful? Why is small beautiful?
Well, I think at 5'8" tall, I have an interest in this, obviously. I think whenever I get far more feedback from customers about our staff and our team and the way that we look after people and make them feel than I do about wine, and I think that's where our sort of strength shines through. So we've built the whole business ethos around the idea that we look after people and make them feel comfortable in their place, and make it feel like a warm and inviting place to be, where people just enjoy being. And that's the feedback we get that I always find really, reassuring. And I hope people take it as read that the wine is kind of okay, and that they'll find something interesting in there, that we don't sell anything that's rank. But the thing that differentiates us, I think, is just that personal level of service. And we've literally got customers now who've grown up with us, holiday makers who come down, where kids who I remember as infants are now kind of young teenagers, and I'm eyeing up as future customer potential. But yeah, so I guess it's that sort of sense of community, not just the immediate community in the place where we live, but by the nature of where we are in Padstow, it's kind of like a wider community of people who keep coming back. And for many people, we're told we're their first visit, and that's a beautiful feeling to have. So I think just creating that kind of connection, making it a warm and inviting, comfortable place where people feel safe around a product that a lot of people do still find quite intimidating. A lot of wine enthusiasts out there, but a lot of people who still do find it a little bit intimidating. So we try and make it a warm and inviting space, and I guess that's what we'll keep plugging away at doing.
Excellent, thanks. I think you've just coined up a new marketing strapline for indie merchants. We don't sell anything rank, which is quite fun. Okay, well, just to highlight that contrast I was talking about of those on the 50 best list. Also at joint third equal, this stunning emporium of around 6,500 wines and 3,000 spirits is an upmarket oasis that offers mind-boggling choice, but one backed by hugely knowledgeable and enthusiastic staff to guide you through. However, this smart Mayfair venue is more than just a beautiful vinous showroom, with regular tastings, both in-store and online, a sibling restaurant in the shape of Michelin-starred Hyde, and now a wine-led pub, the White Horse in Mayfair, all adding to the mix. Sustainability is a big ticket here too, with regular environmental audits charting progress and London deliveries made by electric van. It's a smart operation, whichever angle you look at it. And it is, of course, Hedonism wine. And we're joined, congratulations, Hedonism. And we're joined by Hara. Hi, Hara.
Thank you. Very much honored.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to have you on board.
Of course.
So, slightly quirky question for you. What does the name Hedonism mean to you?
It's the ultimate pleasure. It has a Greek origin.
Mm-hmm.
And what we want here to do is to our customers to enjoy the bottle or bottles of wine when they come to the shop. Enjoy. It's an actual experience. Visiting the shop, trying to choose a bottle of wine, and then enjoy it at home with friends, family.
Fantastic, thank you. It's such a perfect name, suiting the business. I think it just works so well. Just makes you want to walk in. That's great.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so our joint thirds. We have the last two, the top two on our top 10. And sitting at number 2 is our London standout. For a single shop merchant, which says it prioritizes its retail space, this staunchly independent business certainly packs a lot in. Organic, biodynamic, and natural wines from producers who prioritize their viticulture, in their own words, are the focus here, along with a little black book of premium rare and off-piece finds. But this ethos is backed by a host of snappy add-ons, such as lively interactive tastings, wine and music tasting playlists, courtesy of the Wine Jukebox, and much else besides. And this is backed by strong sustainable credentials. Above all, though, since its launch in 2012, it's been the energetic and imaginative approach to this merchant's team that has most impressed, frequently drawing wine trade people and sommeliers through its door, people who know a fabulous wine shop when they see one. And I'd like to hand over to Leon Pullin of Cambridge Distillery to announce this penultimate indie.
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm very pleased to announce the highest new entry for any retailer in this year's awards is Divine.
Excellent, well done, Divine. And we're joined by Greg Andrews. Hi, Greg.
Good morning. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, real pleasure to have you on board. So, vis-a-vis your wine jukebox, Greg. Wanted to ask you why music and why natural bedfellows?
Well, I suppose in some respects it happened via a couple of staff members who had a connection to music, and in effect, one of which was had his own he was a DJ on his own radio show, And as a result of that, we thought it'd be a good extension and I suppose creativity connection really for him to explore that really. And yeah, no, it was a good fun idea, trying to keep us a little more current in some respects, unlike, you know, someone of my vintage. But yeah, no, it's good fun doing that, and sort of good fun marrying the two creative elements really.
That's great. We all know that older vintages can be best.
We like to think that. We like to think that.
I mean, I plucked that out as an example because I just think that there are in a sense no end to the imaginative and innovative ways that you know you can communicate wine and just create fun around it and excitement.
Yeah.
And enjoyment is a word we obviously don't use enough, I guess. So fantastic. Okay, well that only leaves us with one set of people on the panel to take the first slot. I guess it's probably pretty obvious to all. And our huge congratulations this year to our 50 best winner. Having celebrated its 30th anniversary last year, this multifaceted merchant continues to provide a benchmark to which other ambitious indies can aspire. An extensive range of 2,000 wines, spirits, and more provides the backbone of an operation that spans, in its words, 4.5 shops. I'm still working that out. A healthy trade arm that reaches many corners of the UK, plus a thriving wine school, which offers an ever-busy calendar of events and WSET courses. Add in 2 wine cafes, plus the Sandys Group offshoot of late-night live music and cocktail venues, and it all adds up to an ever-inspiring and ever-evolving business that reflects the passion and professionalism of all involved. What particularly impressed the judges here was how the human element clearly remains at the heart of all that this business does, no matter how big the Sandbach family empire grows. It is, of course, Oxford Wine Company. Big congratulations to all the team at Oxford. Thanks for joining us. And Ted, I've got a quick question for you as well. You take as long as you like. In a few words, what advice would you give to anyone considering starting out as an indie merchant? Just to put you on the spot.
Yes, well, that certainly has put me on the spot. Crikey, what advice would I give them? I think be patient. Don't try and do too much too quickly. I mean, I think the success that we've had, and thank you very much for this award. It's fantastic. I feel I'm sort of shaking and very happy, whether I share it or not. But I think that we've been very patient the way we've built up. We've just worked and worked and worked over 30 years. We've been true to ourselves all the way through. Undoubtedly, what's helped me massively has been the wonderful staff I've had as well. And it's going slightly off the question, I know. My staff are very, very important to me. And if you're building a business from scratch, you do need to have good, engaged staff. And that is very, very important to me. We train them all. We put them through all their exams at our expense. And we reap great rewards. And I honestly believe that what we've achieved today is not down to me. I've played my part in the past, but down to some wonderful, wonderful staff. And I can't thank them enough. If I was still running the business, I'd be, buying parchment and using my quill pen to do the invoices. I've got, a wonderful team around me. They do all the work. I guide them a little bit occasionally, but it's down to them. And thank you very much. I've probably gone off the subject, but you caught me out there a little bit on how to start a wine business.
we decided to do that this year and just throw in a question and pop everyone on the spot rather than having everyone preparing. But I think Ted, you've hit on something that's apparent from this panel. Everyone are 50 best, and literally every merchant that I've been into across the UK. It's at the end of the day, it's people and passion really drive it forward. Of course, the education, the training, learning the business skills and so on. But it's a personable business, isn't it? It is effectively part of hospitality.
It's very, very much so. And I mean, everybody in this top 10 and probably in the top 50 would feel exactly the same way. We've got a lovely group in the top 10. A number of us who have appeared fairly regularly in the top 10. I think we all work together very well. We try and share ideas. Sadly, since COVID, we haven't quite had the opportunities we have to meet up and have a few drinks and discuss ideas and share views. And actually, that slightly irritates me. I would think it's time that some of us got together a little bit more, had a good old session, got to know each other a little bit better. And because I think you learn so much from other people. I mean, every wine merchant here is fantastic. Some of them I know better than others. We've always been very impressed. We're always learning. We're always listening. We're always wanting to improve. And you know, it's a wonderful group to be part of. As I think probably Hal said earlier, you know, it's great to be working together where we possibly can. So hopefully we'll see some of you soon. Now COVID is over, and we'll enjoy that drink and that chat.
Absolutely, brilliantly. Thank you. Good. Yeah. Should we just do a clap? Always do a clap. That for all of us, pats on the back all round. Fantastic. It was great, really great to see you all. As you say, now COVID's over, and I'm sure there'll be more rays of sunshine once we get through some more local difficulties. So let's look forward to that. So I guess all that remains for me to say is that that's a sort of wrap for our 50 best indies for another year. I think it's fair to say that despite many challenges, the UK's independent merchant sector is nonetheless in vibrant health. Certainly if this year's crop of worthy winners, topped by today's exemplary top 10 businesses, or anything to go by. So I'd like to extend a big congratulations just once more from our quality sponsors, Walker & Woodhouse and Cambridge Gin, from our judges who did a fantastic job, really hard job, and from Team Harpers, to all who made it into our 50 best indies this year. On a personal note, I'd also like to add a nod of appreciation to all the great UK merchants out there that continue to set the bar so high. It really is difficult choosing a 50, let alone a top 10. So thank you all. Thanks very much, and hope to see you all for a glass of something special this year. Great to see you all, and promise I'll be in to chat and buy some wine or sup a glass at some time. Definitely see you on the tasting set.